Steve, you and I got to jump into Lego Horizon Adventures, and I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on this one. For me, it's another solid Lego game, but at the end of the day, I'm wrapping up with a 7. There's a couple misses here that just take me right out of the experience. Where are you at with this one?
You know what? I had so much fun when we played at Summer Game Fest, and I was looking forward to this. I did have fun, but it was my very first Lego game. But after playing Horizon Remastered not long ago, I'm going with an 8 out of 10 for this Lego Horizon. As I said, I did have a lot of fun. It feels like all the characters are hyperactive. They're like on sugar, which is kind of nice because Aloy is just positive in everything, which is a big change from the main game. And I have to say, graphically, it wasn't bad. But again, I know I'm doing a lot of comparing to the remastered,
True.
But visually, because it's Lego worlds, it kind of deviates from all the high textures of all the surroundings, of the beautiful backdrops, all the trees, all the plants.
Yep.
In the Lego style, it detracts from that.
Absolutely right. So Gorilla's used every Lego piece within the actual real world to make the Horizon world, right? So everything's authentic to Lego, which makes a ton of sense. It is through and through, though, a Lego game. Aloy, way over the top. Varl, dude is just annoying, like completely annoying. I'm like, man, he's not this bad in the actual games. So to come off of, like you say, right? You and I just wrapped up our remastered review of Horizon Zero Dawn, and then you come into this one, I'm like, oh man, this is kind of hard to swallow just because it's so over the top. Last thing I'm doing is taking Aloy and putting her in a hot dog outfit, right? It just doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't seem like it fits that world. But then you can go back to customize, Mother's Heart, which is cool. I always love to go back, rebuild things, and the more gold cubes you collect, the more that opens up and allows you to go and do so. But then I'm not going to customize it to make it look like Lego City. Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? So if you're in the Lego games, I think you're in for a solid experience. But if you're someone like us who's experienced the other 2 games when it comes to Horizon, this one's a major departure, but follows the introduction of Aloy and her coming of within the series, right? It is basically reliving the experience of the first game through and through. But it's just, man, it is Lego, dude. It's just a Lego game.
Yeah, and like I said, because it was new to me, and like I said, it's my first Lego game, so the experience I did enjoy. It is a good, solid game.
Yeah.
I also love as well that they got the original voiceovers from the original, which was awesome as well, to hear the voices of like Aloy, the original voice. You have Erend as well, Silence. So you have all the main characters from the original game, and they the only thing they sort of put me out a little bit was the power-ups and the weapon system. Because I'm so used to the awesome skill tree and upgrading the different weapons, you are very limited, because you can play different characters as you start out different quests, and
Sure.
obviously with the different characters have their own weapons and different abilities, and as you progress through the game, you do get the upgrades to improve it as well, and you still have your focus as well, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, it's very RPG light, as I would kind of call it, right? So they do have some upgrade abilities, and you kind of go through there and you scale up. But at the same time, dude, the fact that I can only carry 2 bow and arrows, like I can only carry 2 weapons, which seems kind of weird. And you swap out, but then that was it. Then you move on to the next one. And Steve, it's hard not to compare the main franchise to the Lego series, right? There is stealth in the main franchise. There's a big aspect of that where you hide in the weeds, you go and you pick off the creatures and the machines, right? And then you can hide in the weeds here with Lego Horizon Adventures, but dude, it doesn't do anything. You literally just like pop up and start shooting. So there isn't really a stealth element to that. So if you are the more mature audience playing with your kid, that's just out the window. It really doesn't matter.
And that's right. And also, if you use your focus, you're supposed to, like the real game, have different abilities, like if it's ice or fire, will have more impact or more damage. And again, because you don't have that inventory on you, what you're doing as Aloy is actually firing your arrow through a fire pit. So when it hits the machine, then that's your fire attack, and they have electricity pits as well as ice ones. And I'm so used to like changing your arrows to the fire tips or the ice ones, but that's the only way you can destroy it. And I found, to be honest with you, a little bit repetitive because that's the only way you can do it for the machines throughout the game. And it would have been nice to have a bit more ability in your inventory to actually change it out instead of the same thing over and over again.
Again, right? It's just a different departure from what we're used to, but at the end of the day, a solid LEGO adventure.
More scrap for the stack. Another one for me. If it ain't broke, break it. Ah! Bang! Woo! Let's do this! This looks like a fun